Okay, welcome to this video. This video is all about what we can do on site to help promote our content in the natural or free search results. There's various different little bits. I'm just going to go through them with you. I'm using a page that I created in a different demo video. It's just got what we call Lorem Ipsum text, which is basically gobbledygook. It doesn't mean anything to anyone, and it's used just to show the presentation of websites or sales copy to people. And I'm going to use it because I don't want us to be distracted by the subject. I want to stick to the actual things that are important to get across in this video. So I'm going to click edit. Okay, so if we click this button, we can go full screen. So this just what we're going to do. We're going to pretend that some of these are our keywords. So I'm going to copy that. One of the things that we can do is we can make headings. So if I just paste that in there, highlight it, and go here. What we never do is we never use heading 1 ever. There can only ever be one per page, and that's used already. So what we do is we do heading 2s, and there's different headings, and basically they go in order. So there's one heading 1 for the page, then there can be many heading 2s, and inside of each heading 2 you can have many heading 3, and inside each heading 3 you can have many heading 4s, etc, etc. So what it does, it gives us a basic structure of the page, and for Google, they know whatever's a heading is important. It's part of the main topic of the page. So what we want to do is when we're creating these headings, is we want to include descriptive and keyword rich headings. What we don't want to do is keyword stuff or spamming or whatever you want to call it, where really the content's unreadable to a human being. It needs to be readable, it needs to be engaging, but also it needs to be well formatted, well structured, and this is one of the important ingredients. So if I go heading 2, then we've got heading 2, and then let's just say that this is also the keywords we want to come up for. And then maybe that is heading 3. Okay, so now we've got some headings, so Google's going to understand, kind of the structure and the contents of the document. The other thing that we can do is what we call deep linking. So that's when inside the text we put links to other content. So that's why it's called deep linking. And it's because the links are outside of the normal navigation or menu system for a website. So to do that in one of these sites is really easy. You highlight the text that you want to turn into a link, click the link button, internal page. Let's say that we're going to link this to the contact us page. You pick that. I'm finished. So you've got the contact page. Target, you can select whether it's gonna, if it's not set, it just open up in the same window, but if you go blank, it'll pop up a new tab for them. Advanced, this is worth doing. The only thing worth concentrating on there, advisory title. So that's the tooltip, the little text that's going to pop up when they mouse over the link. So you put in something like contact us for our keywords. Yeah, so you get to see how you can build on everything. So you've got links. The other thing that we could do is do an image. If we go So to do images, this is incidentally in line with the text, so let's say you put images inside text, browse server. Let's pick this beach thing, uploaded previously, otherwise you would just go upload, add files, yeah, so let's pick that. So once we pick the file, again we've got to put in alternative text, and this is the text that's going to appear if the image doesn't load, but it also helps Google understand what the image is of. So you know, we've got a photo of our keywords. So after we put in the alternative text, we can also go advanced, and again we can put in a title, and again the title is going to display when you mouse over the image in this case. Okay, so after we've done that, we can also make it into a link as well, and that's about it for now. Okay. So now we've got our, just to recap, we've got our heading 2, we've got a deep link to our contact form that's got a title for us, that's actually got a typo. We've got heading 3s, the heading 3 could have sub-headings, what would be heading 4s. We've got an image, we've filled out the alt text, and we've put in a title, so Google absolutely are going to know what this image is of. And obviously you get your keywords in there. So that's about everything that we can do in terms of structuring the page. Another thing that we can also do is keywords we can make bold to add emphasis, which is good for somebody skimming over the page, but also it helps Google understand that these words and these phrases are important. Don't go overkill with that though, otherwise it represent less value. And that's about everything in there in terms of SEO. So I'm going to close that down now. Next, let's move on to the images. So once again, we've got the option to add in alt text and title text for the pictures. Okay, so now I've put in something for these fields. This is an example. So for the alt text, so that's the text that's going to be displayed if the image doesn't load. Once again, so a photo of our first lot of keywords, but you know, being hopefully the photo is of the keywords, obviously, otherwise it won't make any sense. And then the second thing, our first keywords that are available on the site, so when they mouse over, they're going to see that. And I've just done the same thing here. And then we've got the option, and this one on this particular website is an image that's going to be shown on the front page, a little slideshow. So we can fill in the text for that as well. I'm just going to put that in for now. That'll be fine. For the, let's just go. Let's just say that's what we're optimising for. Go like that. Right, this again, the description, this displays when you mouse over one of the menu items. Next thing, don't need to worry about any of this. This is only relevant if you want to specify a URL. In that case you would untick the box and you could call it whatever you want. For the most part you're never going to need to do that. The automatically generated ones are very, very efficient. Don't need to worry about that. meta tags, very important. So first one, page title. Let's check this out in Google. So the page title gets displayed there. So obviously you need to get this keyword rich. By default on my sites, what it does is it puts the site name. So you come up with the site name, and then it puts in the title of the page, but it can be customized. The description, I would often customize this. By default on this website, it's just going to take the first couple of hundred characters from the main body, which sometimes is suffice, but it's all I think is often worth customizing. And the description gets shown here, it's this text, and that's why I think it's worth customizing, because you can make it short, sharp, punchy, and get your keywords into it. Whereas if you leave it just to cut off the first couple, 200 characters of your main page, you're risking it really. Okay, back to this. I shouldn't worry about anything else. This is wasting your time. Don't worry about keywords. You don't need to worry about anything else. That is it. And then click save. So now on the page, what we've got is when you mouse over, you've got little titles. Again, titles. The alt text is also in there. In terms of the page layout, it's quite nice as well, the way you've got these different headings. And if you've got a website with me, these headings can be completely customized. I can, make them look completely different. It doesn't, they don't have to look so unstyled. And links, and again pop-ups, and that's about the bulk of it really. If you apply these techniques every time you're writing content, Google are going to absolutely know what your page is about, and the more they understand your page, the more relevancy it's going to have, and the more it's going to count towards your effort in the search results. So the things in this video are very important, and if you haven't watched the keywords research video, I'd certainly recommend doing that. And there's also going to be another video for Google Analytics.